In the previous video, I pointed to 2025 or 2026 for the abatement of the pernicious wave of disinformation we've had to endure since Trump came on the scene in 2015 and persisted into his post-presidency due to the nature and intelligence of the bulk of his followers, together with the fact that he is a career criminal, a two-bit racist, and a professional liar desperate to avoid bankruptcy and prison. The simple logic is the exit of Neptune from the sign that co-rules, Pisces. However, if we tie this cycle to the US chart, we see that in a straight-up depiction, Neptune shows up at 22.25 Virgo. Using these numbers, you might think that since Neptune gets solidly into the 25-degree range by 2023, it should be enough to correlate with diminishing lunacy. However, as I've stated in a number of videos, when doing transits, it's important to apply the precession correction, which for individual people amounts to about a degree lag once they get into their 70s. But for a country that is 245 years old, we're talking about something in the order of 3.5 degrees, which means this precession corrected chart for the US gives you a better idea when the cycles are likely to end. Now, with Neptune at 25.39, you're looking at the end of 2024 or the beginning of 2025 for a possible reduction in delusional insanity. Will it happen this way, or will we have to wait another year or two beyond that point? I'll admit I can't say for sure, but I'm astrologically suspicious when I spot the potential switch correlating with late 2024, which is when the next presidential election will be held. This is another data point telling us how critical that election will be, and my best guess at the moment would be that if we can defeat these nutjobs in that election, given that the American Neptune pressure will finally be losing steam, perhaps then they will come back to their senses or go back into their caves or whatever it takes to wake them up from their conspiratorial delusions. Defeats have a way of doing that, but we have to remember all elections on every level from now until then are equally, if not more important. We have to beat them and do it repeatedly and do it with margins as big as possible. We must all vote against these lunatics, even if it means crawling over broken glass. Don't worry about their attempts to suppress the vote. Voter suppression is very difficult to carry out effectively when the media environment is constantly pointing it out. Of course, I agree with whoever says that on this issue, or maybe at least for this issue, I would suspend the filibuster and push something through to prevent the GOP's most dictatorial notions, but I'm not holding my breath on that one. So, we have to vote, 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 and hope for the best.